Hey guys, Bugcat7 here. Okay, it is Tuesday, March 12th, 2019, and I want to thank you for visiting the Stonewall Research channel here on YouTube. Thank you very much. I hope everybody is aware that my channel is an alternative research channel and that I do refer often to mainstream text and articles that deal with the subject matter that I choose to put on my channel. Okay, well, this video is about a lunatic who's stalking me. Is a commenter on my first video in my debunking series, which is, I guess, is the first one that he watched. He claimed that he watched my video, so I don't believe that he did. But I just wanted to do this video to show you what lengths, okay, bordering on the mentally ill type of lengths, people will go to who are in the opposition. So let me just, this guy was posting comments on here under a different name. He created it, I disallowed those comments because, first of all, his first thing is that I was saying that, he asked me what I was saying, that, all the walls, none of the walls were built by colonists and settlers. So that was his first wrong assumption, because anybody knows from watching my videos, I attribute all the walls that go to the colonists and settlers are all theirs. They built them and that's it, but not these other more primitive walls in the remote areas, okay? That's my opinion. That's my theory. That's my hypothesis, okay? I'm not saying it's fact, and people who come to my channel take it all with a grain of salt. But let me just read to you what this guy said, because he's harassing me on this one video, my first in my debunking series, which is the data that was correlated in the 1930s from the 1872 U.S. U.S. Department of Agriculture land survey, okay? So, in any case, this guy started demanding that I answer his questions. Of course, he doesn't understand what's going on here. He's extremely ignorant. But let me read to you his comment. We'll just go through it here. Okay, and I want it for posterity because, this guy is obviously a stalker and is harassing me because he just doesn't understand that I have my own opinion about this. And it's a free country. It's not National Socialist Germany or Joseph Stalin's, communist Russia, where if you have your own ideas and opinions, they send you off to Siberia or they just kill you. This is America, buddy. Land of free expression, okay? And people have their opinions about things. I'm not the only one. Evidently, this guy, I wonder if he harasses Jim Vieira and Barbara DeLong and Patrick Cook, because they don't believe that all the stone walls were built by the colonists and settlers either. Okay? And my stuff, my research, my work is just built upon their shoulders. I'm not the first one to come out with alternative research about anything. There's books in the library about alternative research, your local library. I'm sure this guy would like to ban them all like every good fascist. Okay, so here's what he says. Okay, so he assumed that I was saying that, and he assumed I was saying that information was being suppressed, like the evidence of all of these giant humanoid skeletons dug up here and other interesting things like the man in armor in Massachusetts there and many, many other things that don't make sense. He sees piles of rocks. He doesn't see effigies and cairns and all. Those are just piles of rocks. They're nothing. Okay, they're not, even though mainstream anthropologists and archaeologists in New York State and New England acknowledge these things as effigies and stuff, but the ones that I picked out at Mallory, those ones are just piles of rocks, where it's pretty clear that they aren't, but we won't even get into that. Okay, so it says, you remove my comments questioning your credentials and research so that your viewers wouldn't see them. I have this comment pinned in this video. If this guy wants to take it down, he can, but obviously people can see it and see my response. Okay? And secondly, you have no right demanding people's credentials or any other personal thing from anybody, you fool. Okay? How convenient. Now I know you'll remove this comment as well because you're too afraid to have your work challenged. Well, my work is challenged by mainstream. Everybody knows that. By Robert Thorson, Susan Allport, John Delano, whoever it is. We all know that the work is challenged. Those people are against it. The mainstream, you idiot. Who do you think's work I'm challenging, you moron? Stupid. That's what frauds do. I could go on creating new accounts. So here is the mentally ill person who finds it necessary to create new accounts so he can harass me more, doesn't understand anything, hasn't watched my videos as he claimed to have watched my videos. Okay? Then he gave me a link to an article about John Delano. Robert Thorson, okay, who is, my whole debunking series is all about his book, Stone by Stone. Why would I need to see an article on Atlas Obscura, which I read, by the way, a long time ago? I don't know how, a year or two ago or whatever, okay? I don't need to see an article by Robert Thorson, you idiot. My whole debunking mainstream history is about Robert Thorson's book, Stone by Stone, you dimwit. And, you wouldn't have put it in there if you knew that. Because you didn't watch my videos. You're a liar. Okay? So, he could go on creating new accounts, but I know you'll just continue to delete them. So his mission is to create new accounts and stalk me, okay, like a mentally ill person. So what I'm going to do is create my own video that you won't be able to remove. Go ahead, pal. What, do you think yours will be the only video on YouTube? There's plenty of videos on there by Robert Thorson and mentions Robert Thorson and John Delano and any number of videos. There's a girl who does videos who quotes Robert Thorson verbatim from his book as she makes her videos. Who cares? Do whatever you want. That's what you should be doing instead of harassing me. I need to do this for a number of reasons. First, your videos and hypothesis display no evidence whatsoever. In your opinion, my friend, this wouldn't be a problem if you kept your theories to yourself. So I have to keep my theories to myself. In America, okay, the land of freedom, of free speech, and free expression. You have to keep your theories to yourself because something bad might happen to me or whatever, you mentally ill fucking moron. But by creating these videos, you have a platform to convince the feeble-minded and those even less educated than you that this garbage is factual. Okay, so that's you, my subscribers. Okay, you are the feeble-minded. Okay? And you're obviously less educated than me, okay, according to this fine gentleman here. First, last, mentally ill. Mental patient. He's the first and last mental. He's the first mental patient. He's the last mental patient, okay? Second, you make these claims and refuse anyone the opportunity to challenge them by deleting their comments. Yeah, because we already know that. This channel's not about that. We already know what mainstream has to say. Yes, like you say, they're just piles of rocks, piles of stones. The settlers and colonists built all the walls that nobody else could have built them. We already know that. That's what this channel is all about. This is what's repeated in my videos again and again. We know what the mainstream arguments are. Who cares? We don't care about that. Okay? This is a different opinion. Okay? Like I said, built on the work of Jim Vieira, Barbara DeLong and Patrick Cook, Hugh Newman, and other people. Okay? That's what my work is built on. I have frequently mentioned them, and I have a playlist with all of those people in it, and their films and their videos, okay? You don't like it, okay? Nazi, okay? Then you complain about that, too. I'm sure you do. I don't know. I don't think you know anything about that. You're just an angry jerk. Okay, lastly and most importantly, I see you troll all other videos made by and lecture by actual credible academics, right? And try to call them out and discredit them. Yeah, those credible academics. This last video I made about George Smith, okay, who was self-taught and had his own opinions and stuff like that, okay? See, you're not allowed to be an amateur archaeologist, the same George Smith that the Smithsonian honors, okay? And the London Telegraph honors, the same self-taught amateur, okay? Buddy, you fool, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
so stupid. All right? So let's get back to this jerk. Okay, so he's going to make his own video. He's going to create new accounts so he can harass me and stalk me more. I'm sure that YouTube would love to hear about that, and the authorities might like to hear about that too, because who knows what you'll do next. Okay, you're obviously not wrapped too tight. Okay? The first is dangerous and must be refuted. You're not the first one, buddy. John Delano and Robert Thorson and Susan, they're refuting it too. They've been doing it for years and years and years and years. Where you been? You just crawl out from under a rock? Yes. This is your knee-jerk response because you're a jerk. The first two reasons I can let slide and move on with the knowledge and understanding that you're just another conspiracy theorist who likely believes the earth is flat. Another indication he doesn't watch any of my videos. Yeah, I subscribe to the Thunderbolts Project about planetary spherical bodies and interplanetary electrical discharge. Yeah, I believe in a flat earth. Okay. Didn't watch any of my videos. But the fact that you troll other videos featuring academics in a field which I hold a degree. What degree? He's demanding my degrees, my college degree. I want it, pal. It's in computer science, okay? It's not in archaeology and anthropology. See, I do that on the side, like some other people do. Is that okay with you? Or that doesn't count? Remember Abe Lincoln commercial a long time ago? I did some studying, sort of on my own. I guess you don't believe in Abe Lincoln either because he did some studying on his own, you frickin' dimwit. But the fact that you show up videos, okay, the only thing you hold is a phone and you traipse around the woods pointing at rocks declaring they are such things as quote-unquote whale effigies. I just can't. So go ahead and delete this comment as I know you will, but stay tuned. So he's threatening me with, doing a video or whatever. I could care less, buddy. Do whatever you want. All the things you said are ridiculous. Okay? I don't say anything about my stuff being proof of anything. Okay, here's my video. Prove it. Okay, commenting on the archaeology done by William A. Ritchie in New York State, okay, where the whole leaflet is filled with possibly, probably, maybe, could be, okay? And here's what I got to say about it, all right? Listen up, jerk. I mean, look, guys, if you or I in the alternative community use words like probably, seems to have, possibly, maybe, suggests, inferred, blah, 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 people will be calling us out on all of this stuff. So here you go. Here's your state-approved stuff here, and look, that's okay. That's, my stuff is theoretical. My stuff is hypothesis, just like their stuff is. The thing is that you want to take it as fact. It's not fact. It's probable, it's possible, it may seem, it's inferred, it's, all of this language that they use in here. So, they're not sure of a lot of this stuff, okay? All right, I don't claim any of my stuff is proof. It's hypothesis, just like their stuff is. It's probable, possible, could be, maybe, just like it's all written in this pamphlet by William A. Ritchie, the top archaeologist in New York State. It's all fine, okay? But people take it as proof, okay? Because they don't have a person like me who says, you know, my stuff is hypothetical and my stuff is a theory. You read it from this pamphlet and you take it as proof. That's what you're accusing me of, right? Except you're accusing the people on my channel of being stupid. Too stupid to realize what alternative research is. I put in my comments, in my descriptions here, all of the links to these books, articles, videos by all of these people. You can go and look at it anytime you want. See? That's how decent I am, okay? That's how refined I am and civil I am. All right? Did you know that? You didn't know that because you're an idiot. That's why. You're a fool. Okay? And you want to hear what John Delano says in his stupid lecture here? You want to hear it verbatim, buddy? Listen to what this guy's got to say, okay? Let's hear what the Professor Emeritus, Associate Dean of College of Arts and Sciences, SUNY Albany, has to say. He goes around giving lectures about stone walls. Let's see what he's got to say about it, all right?
Another way of looking at it is that it's 10 times around the equator of Earth. Apparently, there was a lot of effort went into building these. Remarkably, very little is recorded in the diaries of the families, of the farmers, of the sons and daughters, of the slaves, of the Native Americans who also participated in the building of these walls. Virtually nothing is written in the diaries of these people. It was, we will build a wall today.
Did you hear what he had to say? Virtually nothing is written in the diaries. 240,000 miles of stone walls is enough to go halfway to the moon, right? That people were building stone walls like madmen for 50 years, according to Robert Dawson. Not a mention in a diary about anything. But, you know, I find it very strange because Curtis P. Fields here, okay, he wrote a book in 1971, this book here, The Forgotten Art of Building a Stone Wall, which I own. I can't find it right now. It's somewhere around here. I just can't find it right now. But it's funny that Curtis P. Fields, in his book in 1971, he studied stone wall building all around the world. Then he bought a farm in Vermont and he studied them up close, all right? And the first chapter of this guy's book, all right? First chapter of Mr. Fields' book, and he was he was like a member of Yale or something, he's on a, trustee at Yale, Ivy League College or whatever it is, okay? The first chapter of this book is devoted to safety. Okay, and Mr. Fields tells us all about how it's very likely that you're going to get hurt doing this kind of work. And he names, like almost a dozen different things that are going to go wrong. He can fall, and he got hurt himself or whatever. He goes through the possibility, the very high possibility of you getting injured doing this kind of work. So it's a little strange to me, but not only me, other people like Barbara DeLong and Patrick Cook and Jim Vieira and Hugh Newman and other people. It's kind of strange to us all that you could get hurt so bad and so very highly likely that you're going to get hurt, and 240,000 miles of stone walls enough to go halfway to the moon, but nobody wrote a damn thing about it in their diaries, okay? Nobody broke a finger, or a rock fell on their foot, or the horse broke down, or the sled broke down, or the cart broke, nothing, just absolutely nothing. It's kind of strange. These people wrote about going to the toilet, okay? But not a word about stone wall building. Isn't that funny? All right, well, some of us think that's strange, Mr. First and Last mentally ill patient. All right? Is that okay with you? Or we got to go through, the Ministry of Propaganda to see if it meets approval of your standards, okay? Like William A. Ritchie here with probably and possibly and maybe and it could be and we think it's this, but we're not sure, and blah, 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 okay? So, I don't know what you're talking about, pal, but I think you're talking out your rear end like many of the people who add these stupid comments here. If you bother watching my videos, then you would know all about what my channel is about and what I've said. You wouldn't have to ask all these questions. You wouldn't have to lie about it, okay? So here's what I wrote to him. I said, I remove your comments because you're an ignorant liar. You claim to watch my videos and then you put a link to an article that Robert Thorson is the centerpiece of. If you watch my videos as you claimed, you would have known that I mentioned Thorson in his book in dozens of my videos. My whole debunking series is based on his book, Stone by Stone. Why would I want to read what I've already read hundreds of times already? Anybody who actually watch my videos would have known better. So I do not want to hear any arguments about the stone walls that I've already heard dozens and dozens of times, as well as the article you put a link to. I've already read it, pal. My viewers don't want to hear it over again, and I don't. And you have no right demanding personal information from me at all, period, end of story. What my degrees are, demanding answers from me about, F you, buddy. I don't say I approve of anything. You would know that, too, if you had watched my videos, quote-unquote, as I repeat many times, especially my video Prove It, where I explain that it isn't incumbent on me to prove anything since mainstream hasn't proved anything either. It's probably this, and it may be that, and it could be that, and we think it's this. Okay? That's not proof. I hate to tell you that. Okay? And that's what I go through about William Ritchie and his archaeology in New York State, which is still held today. Okay? For example, mainstream identifies quote-unquote Paleo-Indians, yet they've never found a skeleton of a Paleo-Indian. We have never seen a skeleton, okay? Where is the proof? It's not there. There isn't any, period. Just inferred proof from artifacts that were man-made from that time, and they are all larger in size to boot. Okay? Oversized implements. And no skeletons, my friend. Okay? It's not proof. You don't have a skeleton. You don't have proof of what these people look like. End of story. That's it. Corpus delicti. You ever hear of that, stupid? And the mainstream admits there are no, quote, letters, deeds, wills, land surveys, bills of sale. You just heard it from John Delano. He only said diaries, but there's nothing else, okay? And the land survey that he uses in 1790 on Van Rensselaer, well, Van Rensselaer's been there since the late 1600s. It's after the fact. It's not proof of anything. You sell me a house and I move in and there's a fence. I can just tell anybody I built the fence if nobody knew that you did it. Okay. And the mainstream admits there are no, quote, letters, deeds, wills, land surveys, bills of sale, unquote, from that time period, mentioning the building of stone walls, quote, unquote. So no one can, quote, unquote, prove colonists and settlers built anything. But see, I'm not being a jerk like some more extreme alternative researchers who might say that. It's obvious to me that settlers and colonists built their stone walls, but I guess that isn't good enough for you. I prove beyond a shadow of doubt Thorson's claim that, quote, a documentation of the first stone wall being built in 1607, unquote, at the Popham Colony in Maine, which is a bold-faced lie. And I did all the research on it, and I challenge anybody on all my videos that if they can show me where there's documented proof of a stone wall being built at Popham in 1607, then I'll take it all back. What more civil thing could I do about it? Okay, jerk face? But you don't know that because you didn't watch my video. Okay? I spent nearly 100 hours of research on it, and there is no reference to any walls being built anywhere at Popham, period. Nothing, zero. But see, you would know all these things because you watch my videos, quote unquote, and understand completely all my research, while in fact you are a lying sack of shit scumbag liar. Which is clear as day to anybody who subscribes to my channel, because they would know everything I just mentioned already. Okay, you can see what I wrote at the end there. Alright? Don't frickin' lie to me. You see my videos and give me a link to a Thorson article and claim all these things about me that I've unclaimed and disclaimed in all my videos. You're a jerk. You didn't watch any of my videos. You're just an angry stalker who really needs to be reported. So here we go. It's all your comment is all on video here. I pinned it at the top of the comment. I didn't get rid of it so anybody can read it. And they can see what I wrote back to the guy. Okay? That's how I erased it, right? You knew I was going to. It's pinned to the top of the comments. Okay, pal? Alright? Alright, guys. So I just wanted to show you, you know, what I got to go through sometimes with these comments. And this guy is obviously not, you know, wrapped too tight. You know, he's becoming unglued where he's got to go so far as to, you know, create new channels just so he can comment on and harass me. And, you know, he thinks that, you know, that what I'm saying needs to be refuted. It's all refuted by mainstream, you jerk. That's what I'm refuting, you stupid fool. We already know what that is, so we don't have to go through it again. If people want to go through it, they're welcome to it, okay? All the feeble-minded people, you know, who can't find their rear end with either one of their hands, right? So, look, guys, I just wanted to show you this and show you what I'm going through here. And, you know, I got to defend myself against these people and whatnot, and they're crazy. He's obviously a crazy person who needs to stalk and harass, okay? Instead of just go and do his video, along with the rest of the people who do their videos on Robert Thorson and everybody else, and kiss their ass or whatever they're going to do. I could give a damn about that. Go right ahead. Be my guest. There's plenty there already, buddy. Join the ranks there, all right? All right, guys. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I hope you liked the video, but you know, if you support me, maybe hit the thumbs up, hit the like or whatever. And if you don't, hit the thumbs down. I could care less, okay? I'm very confident in my research, in my opinions, in my hypotheses, in my theories. I'm very comfortable with them. So you're not changing my mind, all right? All right, guys. Budcat7 signing out. Peace.